Okay, this is exercise 3.8. I do like the problems in here. I think they're pretty good. But now we're going to move from high-low to regression. And we're going to distinguish the high-low line first from the regression line and then evaluate both of the cost functions. And that's the smart part, okay, is evaluating the functions. So you can see that this orange line goes from low to high or high to low, whatever. So this has to be the high-low line, okay? And this could be the regression line right there. And they're pretty close, but of course high-low goes from high to low. That's what it does. So that's the first. And which method generates a better fitting line? And the answer is regression always will always make the best fitting line, okay? Because it minimizes the distance between all points, right? Okay. And then the next question is that the team wanted to evaluate the validity of the regression equation. What criteria would it consider? So this is the important part right here, the validity of the regression. All right. First of all, goodness of fit. We would take a look at the R squared. All right, that would tell us how much of the variance is explained by the model. And then we'd look at the statistical significance of the slope. I mean, before with high-low, we could just say, well, it's upward sloping, and I'm not sure what you can conclude from that. But I guess it's not. I know that it's not flat. That's all it means. I don't know. But statistical, but it would mean it wouldn't be variable. It would be more like a fixed cost, you know. But the statistical significance, when we look at the p-value, and the smaller the p-value, the better, right? And what we're looking for something is like 0.05 or less for a p-value, okay? And then finally, economic plausibility. Does it make sense? Okay, this is a scatter plot of shipping expenses and units sold. So do you think the relationship between shipping expenses and units sold makes sense? That units sold drives shipping expense. Okay? And it does. And the last question then is, assuming the accounting team agrees on one of these models, how will it be used going forward? And the big thing is that you've got to remember that this was modeled between 10,000 units and maybe 10 to 20,000 units. So if you go outside of that range, then you've got to be careful. Okay, but within this range, you could be pretty confident that this would be your cost. Okay.